Go ahead and do this. Okay, so I just wanted to get the recording and everything in here for the people that, did miss or whatever tonight. So today, kind of what I wanted to talk about, I wanted Shane on here because I had went over last night with Shane. We spent probably, I don't know, probably about an hour or so, on the phone. And I prepped him for a meeting today. And, I talked a little bit, but obviously I was in a hospital, so I didn't get too deep exactly what he did, how that went, and stuff like that. So last night I was trying to kind of coach him, and he was all amped and excited. And so I want to see how the little roofing, deal kind of went through. But we'll talk to him later, I guess. Maybe he'll jump on here. As a matter of fact, hold on one second, guys. Let me.
Hey, just a quick note, unrelated. Does anyone know if Florida's been hammered by the storm? So I was going to follow up with someone, but yeah.
I'm in Florida. It's nothing here. No, it's all the way up in North Carolina and stuff like that now. So I haven't seen anything else. We it's a little cloudy and stuff outside, but I don't know of anything else that has happened. So it's pretty much going to hit North Carolina and South Carolina. So, okay, so let's do this. We're going to get into talking about pricing and structuring. I kind of want you guys to bounce things back and forth off with me, and kind of make this a little bit more interactive. That'll help me be able to help you guys on what kind of obstacles you either have had in the past or think you're going to have, or just questions that maybe you're not clear about when you are kind of, this is kind of going through everything with your clients as far as what you're going to be selling them, and then, kind of that value ladder kind of thing, and then how to get these points across to them and show them the value and get them to be able to write you a check. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. That's kind of what this whole thing was about. And I think that's the biggest problem that most people are going to have. All you guys are familiar. You guys know, we can do this. We can build sites. We can do that. All that technical stuff. Aaron's great on all that. I learned a bunch from him on the technical stuff. So I think that's a critical point, is being able to close the deals. I mean, it's one thing being able to do all this stuff, but if you can't close the deal, it's useless. I mean, I'm sure everybody here agrees. You know what I mean? Unless you can get a check.
For sure.
Doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? So that's what we're here. I want to support you guys, in a group and here, and get you guys to where you can go out and start getting these checks. And then it becomes natural. Then it becomes easier and easier and easier and easier. And I want you guys to be fluid with it, where you can just go out there and go in and just, it's just natural to me, So now you guys, when you're doing like these proposals, has anybody done a proposal yet? Okay, Quita, no. Okay. I mean, Clint, yeah, you've done it. Adam, I mean, have you done a proposal or not
yet? I've had some proposals, honestly, from other like coaches that I've just kind of mixed together. But honestly, that's why I'm so glad we could connect and stuff. Okay. I'd love to see, cool. What you have, or what, you know what I mean? Because it's just, I'd love to be able to offer, like, you got 3 to 5 things.
Okay.
I can deliver on those things. And then, I mean, I can sell stuff really easily. It's just,
right. Yeah. We talked the other day for a little while. Yeah. We're going to put you and your girl on a path that I think would be good for you guys. Okay. Then, what I'll do too is, like I said, I did get a little tied up today. I was a little overwhelmed with everything, trying to juggle my stuff and move schedules around. Tomorrow, I'll put up, I use PandaDoc. I don't know if you guys, I think I mentioned it the other day. It's called PandaDoc. Panda DOC. I forget how much it is. It's, they do charge you, but this is a tool that you guys are going to be using every month. You know what I mean? Every week. So, you should be. It's very clean. It's very simple. I don't think a proposal needs to be complicated. These guys aren't technical. Not the guys that we're going after. They're not technical. You know what I mean? If they are, then they probably don't need us. You know what I mean? I mean, so it's kind of an oxymoron. The clients that I want you guys to shoot for, and those people that we're going to get into over the next 2 or 3 weeks, are going to be, that client acquisition, are going to be people that aren't technical. I mean, that's what we want. So PandaDoc, I really like them. And there's a bunch of other ones out there. Just go with what's comfortable. What I'll do tomorrow is I'll make one up, and then I'll put in there like everything in the kitchen sink on my proposal, and then I'll show you how I kind of break it down to those clients. So I'm gonna make one of these proposals. I think it's like 4 or 5 pages. I got one right here.
Sweet.
So yeah, and it's got the sign 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 pages, and 2 of them are like the pricing, and then the last one is a signature. So there's really only 3 pages that has all the fun stuff, and you can see.
Oh yeah. Nice
and professional. It's got the summaries and stuff, and then you can send it out as a PDF, and then go straight to the client, and then they can look at it. It talks about your target audience, strategy and tactics, goals and outlook, plans and fees. And then, then you get over here and you're breaking everything down, and then you got payment and conditions and acceptance. And then the next page it goes to, it's got your signature. So that's PandaDoc. I like them because it's nice and clean. It's simple. I don't like to overcomplicate things. You don't need to. I see a lot of guys teaching and coaching, and they're like, oh, you got to have this, you got to have this. I don't need none of that. You give me this right here, I'll go in and I'll sell it. You keep doing all that, and then by the time you get there, I've already closed the call. You know what I mean? It's a wrap. You can keep doing that. So I kind of put some baselines out here, and pricing is kind of going to be somewhat of an arbitrary, I guess I can use that word, type of thing. It is going to be dependent on your geographical location, the type of clients that you're going to. So there's a lot that goes into that. So that's just something I want you guys to think about. So kind of use this kind of loosely. I wanted to do some boards and stuff like that, but I didn't get a chance to, but I can still do them. So I'm going to start doing a whole lot more stuff in the group, start adding more resources. I know that's a huge thing, and trust me, I want to do it. If you guys just bear with me, just stick with me. I'm going to put resources, build things out, kind of like James has all those units and stuff like that. So I'm going to start doing all that. Like I said, I'm closing down my other company. I'm knee deep all in with this right here, just like you guys. I'm making a living at it, and I'm going to continue, and it's going to keep scaling, and I'm going to keep scaling. As long as you guys are there, I'm going to show you everything I'm doing to keep going to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. Honestly, I'm at about $10,000 a month right now. I'm just being transparent with you guys. So I'm already on that level. And then, I want to get, the next one obviously is 15, and then 20, and then 30, and then, so on and so forth. And as I go along, I kind of already have my plan laid out as far as what I need to do to scale, as far as building a team and stuff like that. And I'm guessing and I'm thinking that probably that mark is probably between the $15,000 and $20,000 mark. Well, I'm going to have to start really building a team out. So I'm just being honest with you guys. Some of these guys saying, oh, I'm doing $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. Okay. You're not doing it by yourself, and that's a huge thing. So I think that kind of will screw some people up, because then they're thinking, oh, I could just do all this. No, you can't. There's no freaking way. And I mean, there might be somebody. That's just my opinion, guys. I don't think it's possible. I think you're going to have some help. Once you start getting to those levels, I'm going to say about 20 grand, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. I think under that, you could probably do it. It's going to be a lot on your shoulders, because it's going to depend on how much you're pricing these things out, how much your reoccurring revenue is coming in, as far as how many clients you got. Because then you have just that many more. The more you sell, like the higher tickets you have, the less clients you got. Does that make sense? And then, vice versa. The lower tickets you sell, the more clients you're going to have to manage. So I want you guys to be thinking about that when you're pricing it. Go ahead, Clint.
I think it's interesting as well, because it's a line you have to cross, and you're probably obviously much more aware of this than anyone else. But what I've found, I was kind of taking calls for a bigger agency, and man, they just take so long for the wheels to turn. And so it's like when you go from a small 1-man or 2-man or 3-man band, small team, they've got huge advantages. Quick, nimble, you can ask questions, can get them on Messenger and get answers. For the big one, I was out on my own. I didn't even know who to contact. It was the opposite of my experience. So as you grow, you got to take into account that, there's going to be more people touching things. People are less invested in the actual results for the customer. Whereas when you're the smaller guys, they wear them, they're kind of customers on their sleeve type thing and want to get the best results. So that's going to be a level where everyone's going to have to think about what's optimal, how much you actually want to earn, what kind of lifestyle you have. Because if 10 grand works and you can get that working with 3 clients a month, that's awesome. But if you're going for 20 and you've put yourself at $1,000 recurrings, 20 clients to manage, whoa, good luck to you.
Backwards. You could go backwards. Yeah. So
churn. That's called churn, burn, bad reputations. Yeah.
It'll collapse you real quick. So, and that's the other thing. I mean, while you're growing, it's just like they say, baby steps. So you don't want to get into this. Like last night, I was trying to contain Shane. He was extremely, pumped up, I guess, when I get on the phone and I'm kind of talking to him and he needed some encouragement for today to go into his meeting. He wanted to make it right. He wanted to go in and crush it. And then by the time I got to the end of it, I mean, he was up to here on the Richter scale, and that was good, but it could be a double-edged sword. So you don't want to go in there too cocky and too confident. And, like I said, I'm still not clear exactly, what happened to him or what's going on, but we'll, I'm sure I'll hear from him. So definitely something while you're growing, you're scaling, you want to do it a little bit at a time. In the very beginning, you want to get small things. I don't suggest for anybody to go out there. I mean, if it happens, it happens. You just have to figure it out from there. But if you do go out there, just try to take these small bites. And then learning how to deal with that, like the first customer, deal with that. And don't try to go in there and sell them the whole kitchen sink, because then you're going to get overwhelmed. They're not going to like it because you're not going to be able to produce results. And it's just going to be a spiral thing. And then your mentality drops because then after the first month, they look at you and be like, we still haven't got this done. This ain't done. You're not on track to where you should be, with this client as far as, your tracking, what you should have done. So it's definitely just keep that in your mind, especially when you're first starting. Don't try to rush this. You know what I mean? I don't want to rush you guys. I don't think you need to. I think that there's plenty of money in this where you can still go out and get, 2, 3, 4, 5 clients your first month. Try to, and get to some of these goals right here. I don't think it's that complicated, and you don't have to be an expert at a bunch of these things that we do. There's plenty of support and everything. So that kind of being said, I think the first things what you guys should be shooting for kind of would be a website, the funnel, and a bot. Those kind of should be your kind of expertise that you're going to be relying on. We're trying to find people that have hold on. Of course, my pen don't work. Those people that don't have good websites or a funnel or a bot, but mainly you're looking at the websites and the websites are crap. Those are the guys that you want to go after. Now, most of these guys, like I said, we're looking for these in other ways. And, I think next week we're definitely going to start on some more, we'll do probably Monday. We'll start out with like client acquisition and where you guys can start plucking some of these apples out of the trees that nobody's looking for. So I'm going to work pretty diligently this weekend and kind of bring all my tricks and secrets and tips or whatever you want to call them out and kind of put all those down. And I'm going to try to start making some of these boards so I can put them in here with a PDF or whatever, and you can download them and just keep them. And then have those. I know I find that very helpful. I don't know about you guys, but if I start putting a bunch of, like having a pricing structure sheet, I'm going to put a proposal in there. Like I'm going to make a proposal and put that in there. And you guys can see, this is what I say. This is what I do. It's not complicated. Then you're going to be like, oh, wow, that's it? Yeah, there's no, you don't need that. You see me. I get checks all the time. It doesn't have to be complicated. You know what I mean? So I want to make it as easy as possible. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think that'll help, Adam. So websites, funnels, and the bots. So as far as pricing goes, like I said, you guys kind of, it's going to be your area. You're going to have to judge some of this stuff. So use this kind of loosely as a guideline. This is what I found is good for me, for these type of clients. Now, you have all different levels of clients, guys. You know what I mean? You have some that are going to need a whole lot more expertise and development, and they get all kinds of coding they need. That's not what you guys are going for. Okay, that's not what this model is. I don't know if I said this, but I saw this somewhere that they said there's still over half of the businesses out there, over 50% still don't have a website, or it's just like halfway done, or pretty much they don't have one. So there's a lot of people. So there's a lot of potential out there. Those right there, I pretty much am anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Those are where I price the websites out. If it's something 2 or 3 or 4 pages, I'm at about $500. If it's more than that, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages, I'm at $1,000, give or take some, maybe a little bit more, upwards to maybe $1,500. I'm not going to take on anything that's going to take me a year to build. It's going to be too complicated. If it's something like that, then I would probably find somebody to outsource that to. And there's plenty of ways to do that. We're all connected. So there's plenty of ways to do that. Now, funnel, I'm pretty much, those again, that's something I'm anywhere from a minimum of $500 to about $1,000, and it can definitely go up from there. Depends on how complex, how complicated, and so on and so forth that's going to be. 1 second, I'm going to put something else down. And then you have your bots. The bots are kind of like an add-on, of course, but I really like those. I tell the clients, look, these are pretty damn powerful, and these are the things that are really hot right now. They've been trending all year. Last year, they kind of came out, and, I watched them all last year, and this year, another real hot. It's something you definitely want to have on your website. If you're going to do it, they don't take long. I don't know if you guys seen them, but I did I think a pretty neat one on the bike, the motorcycle one. I'm going to do another one for the Corvette guy and stuff like that. So they can collect leads and just let them know, so the bot anywhere from, I found 300 to about $500 is probably about a sweet spot. And I see some of these guys on there that are these bot experts and stuff like that. And that's fine. If that's their niche, cool, more power to you. They're saying, I can charge $1,000 or whatever. But the thing is with these bots, you have to think outside the box. And the way I look at these little things is, one, they're very simple to make. So they're not complicated, but they hold a lot of value when you tell them we're going to be collecting data. You have to get across to these people and let them understand that in marketing, this data, their email list is everything. It's extremely valuable. You want to push and let them know in these pitches and these closes and when you're talking to them, you want to convey that these things are extremely powerful and your list is everything. List. I know some people, say that, and some people, they don't mean anything. Yeah, they do. That's your clientele list. You have to have that. So, and then what I like to do is I could stack those. So you can have a bot that's on a website for your general, hey, how you doing? Welcome to, Adam's website. How can we help you? And, do you need marketing? Do you need a website? Do you need this? So you're collecting all this information. You're vetting your clients. But then you could also do one, say somewhere else, that you're getting reviews, say for Google. Reviews and social proof are extremely, extremely powerful to utilize, and put those on your websites, put those on your funnels. This gives you authority, and it's social proof. Social proof is everything nowadays. It's like a referral, it's like a reference, and it's other people's unbiased opinions. Go on Amazon, reviews are everything. I don't know if you guys know about FBA and stuff like that. It's fulfilled by Amazon. In case you don't know, the FBA stuff is just that's all about reviews. So they've got their whole deal there where you can do this, you can't do that. So reviews and social proof, they mean a lot. Their Facebook page, you definitely want to revamp that. Usually what I do is I try to get the website, and if I know their Facebook page is not very good, I want to try to stack these 4 right here, those 4 top. Okay, I want to try to get my tickets, that entry ticket, up there as much as I can. That's the upfront money. What's up, David? See you. Glad you could join us. So the website, the funnel, the bot, and then a Facebook page. Okay, those are kind of those 4 right there. I'll throw in redoing or doing their Facebook page because I don't find that it takes a whole lot to do it really. But then I put a couple $100 value on that. Okay. So about 200, just because of the time, I mean, I want to make it look nice. I might have to do some artwork, and to be honest with you, artwork's a pain in the butt. You know what I mean? Trying to get those things mobile optimized and then web optimized, and because it cuts. I don't know if you guys ever played around with that, but I got business Facebook, personal profiles, group profiles, and you have to get you got to get it all right. To me, that's frustrating. I mean, I finally found a guy, and I give him like on Fiverr, and I tell him, look, here's what I want. I give him the graphics, and I tell him, look, I need one for this and this, and he charged me like $5 or $10. I'm like, cool, just do it and send it over to me, so I don't have to mess with it anymore. So those are the 4 that websites, the funnels, the bots, and then the Facebook revamp, or Facebook doing. So those are the ones that I'm going to stack up there. So if you're charging $1,000 for a website and then $1,000 for the funnel, and say $500 on the higher end, you got $2,500 right there. And then you just throw in, well, I'm going to redo your Facebook page because that's a critical part of this, because we're probably going to be doing Facebook ads and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I get in with that, getting in there. So you got 1,012. So you got $1,300 to $2,500 that you got possible upfront money. Does that make sense to anybody? Is that where you guys are at or thought it would be, or any questions, or no, not really?
So what was you saying the total was there? 1,300 you're saying for that full package?
Well, from the bottom end, so you got an easy one. So you got a website that's 2 or 3 pages. So you got a funnel, just a simple opt-in, not a lot there.
Right, okay.
And then you do just a simple bot, about $1,300. I mean, you should be able to do that, in an easy day. You know what I mean? 2 or 3 pages on the website, a little opt-in and thank you page on your funnel. And then your little bot asking a handful of questions, $1,300, $1,400. So
that's awesome. That's exactly what I was thinking about as well. The exact funnel. Yeah. Because I was going to do it for mortgage brokers, just to show an example of here's a Facebook page, and then it's set up a bot on a landing page, and they can click on it, open it up, and just see it. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to build out. So
I mean, if you did that in a day, it's $1,300.
Yeah.
I mean, you did a couple of those a week. You ain't getting too bad. I mean, you're not gonna see you in the soup kitchen line. I mean, it's it's $2,600. It's not peanuts, So,
and I'll tell everyone now. A lot of these, because I've been working with different agencies and in agency training, I know that their model is trying to charge a very high upfront fee, which is say it's $3,500, $5,000. Ecom kind of deserves it. They can get 10, 15 grand builds out of that.
Ecom's for the
different animal. Yeah. And you have to have a lot of knowledge really to win that space, because there's a lot of very knowledgeable people who are doing sales in that area. And when I listen to them, I'm like, shit, they know their stuff. So you can't fake that one. But with the lead gen stuff, if you can come in under that, you can get some big wins, like George said, man. Just scraping in and getting couple of these a week. They're having conversations with people, pitching them 5, 10 grand up fronts. And all the risk is on them. There's no guarantees.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes no assets. They don't even get to own the funnel. Yep. And you're building assets for these guys.
Right. And that's another good point. And I had that on here to get to next is when you're in here talking to these clients, you want to convey also that what you're doing, because you want to show these values. And the clients really don't understand that these are digital assets. Like, you own these. We're building out this plan, this marketing plan for the long term, for the macro, not the micro. You have to have these clients in the macro mindset. And that's what you want to do. You want to set them up, because we're doing a few things here. We're setting them up for the long term. So their expectations aren't that next week they're going to be on the first page of Google and their phone's going to be ringing off the hook, and a week later. It's not what you want to do. You're setting them up for disappointment, and it's going to cut your reoccurring off. The main thing we need to do here that I focus on is looking at the macro again. I don't care. It's like, okay, so I'm only charging $500. Somebody, for a website, and somebody else like, oh yeah, I won't do that for less than $1,500. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, I'm scooting along and I'm getting 2 or 3 of those a week. He's getting one a month. It's like, okay, I mean, there's two sides of that coin, but on the other side of that, because I did all this and got my foot in the door, now I got reoccurring revenue that I'm building up. And he's not keeping his clients. I'm keeping my clients. So I'm retaining that. If you ask some of these guys, what's your retainage? It's 1, 2, 3 months, because they either fall behind or they gave them expectations. They promised them the kitchen sink and they couldn't deliver it. And that's not what you guys are here to do. You want them to say, okay, the first 3 months is, for me, what I tell them is, in most circumstances, those first 3 months are branding, are online presence branding. I need a 3-month commitment from you, Mr. Business Owner, to just work with me. Give me a little bit of a budget for advertising. We'll get into all that here in a second. Give me a little bit of a budget. Let me go get all of our assets correctly set up. Your bot, your funnel, your website, your Facebook page. It's going to take a little time. Let's get all this stuff set up. But then it's yours. You own it. If I fall off the end of the earth, plenty of people out here that can do this. You know what I mean? You own those assets. It's like right now, I tell the business owners, it's the same thing like when you walk up to them and say they got a fleet of trucks for the company. And then you walk up to the business and then I tell them, you have to look at these assets like this, like your building and your cars and your vehicles out there with the signs on it. Would you have this building right here without a sign out front? No. When you started this company, the first thing you did was put a sign out front on a building. Why? Because when people rode by, they saw that sign and know that you did roofing or you did pest control or whatever it is. Same thing on your vehicles. You put all this stuff on your vehicle, so when they were driving around, well, your digital assets are going to do the same thing. Right now, nobody knows you're there. Nobody knows you're on Google. Nobody knows you're on Facebook. You're not being exposed because you don't have your digital assets. And then I tell them that I'm going to make them all congruent. And that's a huge, huge thing. And I think it's a big mistake that people do is they don't make their Facebook, their webpage, their bot, the funnel, whatever assets they got, they're not making them congruent. Like this one doesn't look like this one. This one doesn't look like this one. Their flyers that they send out, their mailers that they send out doesn't look like the website. So you want to get these things from your client. You want to get their logos. You want to get their pictures. What have you been using? What is your print advertising? Where is that at? Some of us have found these people through print advertising. Like I got mine right here. The wife, she gets all these things for me. They come in the mail. So there's all kinds of stuff. These are just the front and the back. I mean, they're the little post, the auto dealer. And this is money in the mailbox. I mean, it works. I go through those. I'm going to go through all these on Monday. And out of all that stack right there, I'll get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 leads out of that. And then I'll go out and I'll close 1 or 2 of them. Every time. So all I got to do is pick them up, and that week I'll go close again. Simple as that. It's not.
It's amazing.
Yeah. But I mean, and you guys do the same thing. You have all these.
Yeah.
I mean, in everybody's town, they have these little, them little coupon books that you see at the grocery store, the 7-Elevens, the Circle K's, or you guys got the little hometown magazines or new newspapers, of some sort. Pick those things up. You're in a bank or somewhere, you see it, pick them up, put them in your pocket, throw it in the car, go home, look through it. There you go. Bingo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just looking at this the other day, and it's like, they're paying at least, I don't know what to get in that magazine. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, dude, you can't track any of this stuff, and somebody just sold you this, but it's like, is that really doing anything for you?
Yeah. And that's what you're going to show them. So, okay, so then we have all those. Those are going to be your basic. Okay. There's Shane. What's up, buddy? Can't hear you.
think I hear you now.
Okay, we got you. How you doing, bud?
Good. I'm good.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
I don't know what's going on with my
No, we
audio.
can hear you. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. So sorry about that. I thought we were getting on at 8 for some reason.
Yeah. 8 my time.
Yeah, I know. Ooh.
Okay. It's all good. I'm recording this, so you can see with the beginning. But a lot of this in the beginning, you and I kind of went over last night, Shane.
Yeah.
So, you can watch this again here in a little while. Yeah, so let me finish going through this, and then I got a few more things, Shane, and then I want to get to you. If you don't mind, you know what I mean.
No, that's fine.
Going over some things.
It's a good example. So.
It's all good, brother. I think it's a good learning experience for everybody, and then because I kind of think that you and I we had quite a long conversation last night. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think a lot of the stuff I want to get you and I going back and forth. And this way I can convey that, because I think a lot of that was really, really valuable and really good for these guys. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
That being said, let me continue. I don't want to stop where it was at. Okay, so we have all those. Those are baselines on what we're going to be charging up front. Is everybody cool with that? Everybody good? Kind of in agreement on that?
Yep.
The next things are, these are going to be your reoccurring revenue. And everybody's going to be different, okay? Every client, not all of them are going to need all of these. So I just want to go down a list of the ones I offer, okay? And you guys can be, take some in, take some out. I'm giving you the recipe, but some people don't like a lot of jalapeno in their sauce. Some people like a little bit more pepper, okay? So just kind of let's look at it like that. So the first thing, we want to go the path of least resistance. Does everybody agree with that? Okay. So especially in the beginning, we want to go the path of least resistance, and you want to offer stuff that that you can deliver. Okay. It's going to get, it's going to get some results, so it's going to be easy. And the thing about it is, remember, these clients let's see, right here. Okay. Now, if you do anything to their Facebook, like, and I say this loosely because you guys should know, or if you don't know, doing a boost and stuff, it's really not going to get them, okay, so I see everybody shaking their head like, so we all agree that, yeah, that's that's stupid. When you get a client and they start saying, oh, well, I boost my page, and yeah, for what? You're giving Zuckerberg money. I mean, you're just making his billions go up, but it doesn't really do anything. But my point is when you get them right here, even if you don't know crap about Facebook, okay, and you start throwing $10 a day at some ads, even just playing around with it, guess what? They're going to go up here and then here and then here. They have no place to go but up. So, and those are the people that we're looking for. So you're going to look like a rock star, especially in the beginning. It's like when you start working out, when are most of your results? In the beginning. They're not 2 years after you start working out. That's when it gets harder and harder and harder, right? You start bodybuilding, start working out. 2 years later, it's a lot harder. In the very beginning, that first 2, 3, 4 months, you see the most progress. You either lose the most weight, you get the most muscle, and it's the same thing. So we want to grow with our clients. You know what I mean? We want them to know that. And maybe even use that analogy. Say this is kind of like working out and bodybuilding. It's a long-term strategy. I actually think that's a good one. That's a long-term strategy. So, Mr. Business Owner, I need you to kind of be in that mindset if we're going to work together. You know what I mean? I want a long-term thing. So if we can just spend the next 3 to 6 months building this relationship and building this, it's just like your business you got here. You've been here for 5 or 10 years and you're at this level right here. But you didn't do that in the first month or 2 months or 6 months. I mean, it took you a couple of years for most brick and mortars to even try to break, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to just even try to make a profit or break even. So you want to equate that because they understand this. They don't understand click-through rates. They don't know what the hell a PPC is or what. I mean, they don't know some of these technical jargon. So we don't want to sell them going in all this technical stuff. You know what I mean? We want to bring it down on their terms, as far as ROI and, scaling the business and getting more leads, getting more clients, as the time goes on. But right now, Mr. Businessman, we need to focus and concentrate on your digital assets. Give me a chance to put all these together and then build those out. And then we start getting into, getting you leads. And now that we're building your brand presence, and that's what it's all about. So, okay. So the first one, I think the path of least resistance is going to be easy for you guys to sell, get you a little bit of money in the door, and get you money reoccurring revenue. And that's SMM. So social media marketing, which when I say that for this particular one that I'm saying for you guys, are your postings and engagement on their Facebook page. Okay, very simple. It's the one that Aaron's working on right now, the social. I think I'm probably the only one using it right now. I haven't posted anything in the group because he's still working on it. So, but it's going to be great. So that's going to be something you guys will have here and probably, I don't know, probably the next couple of weeks. I haven't talked to him as far as getting a timeline. I don't know if he's seen it in some of his lives or something. I don't know if he's talked about it yet. Did he? Did he say something about it?
Oh, no, I've been really interested in that, man.
Okay.
That sounds awesome, man. It's like if we're going to be able to offer that as a service too, and
yeah, it is.
How it links to the sites and everything, and it's huge.
It's very, very simple.
I like that.
It's very simple, very easy. I think him and I did a live on it, like a few days ago, a week ago. We did so many lives, you know what I mean? So I think we did a live on it, last week or something like that. I try to help them out and test some of these things first, sometimes. So we did that, but I mean, you can literally put their customers their logo on the top left-hand corner and at the bottom, and for articles, say it's on, say for my guy, the Corvettes, and we'll do one for him. Well, then now when we go to another Corvette site and we bring those feeds in there, the RSS feeds, it drops them in there on his Facebook page, and then when they click that link, it puts his logo on the top and the bottom, so it's almost like branding it. And they're like, you go there, you're like, wait a minute. And so your customers, they freak out. They're like, wait a minute, that's not my website, but it's some Corvette blog or this Corvette group or this Corvette show or whatever it is for those clients. And they start flipping out. They're like, oh, man, that's cool. So it starts pumping them up, and it starts building that bond, that relationship.
Yeah. Because you're creating that content, and that's what's huge, man. It's getting that, like everything you're saying, getting that out there, man. That's awesome.
And here's the thing that you want them to understand. You want to convey this to them when you're pitching them, when you're talking to them, or whether it's a discovery or a close or any part, and you're going to pitch the social media engagement postings. Let them know. Say, look, you really should be doing this 2, 3, 4 times a day. Doing it 2 or 3 times a week, that's crap. You can't, you fall way down the hole with that one right there. That's not going to do anything for your Facebook page. I mean, it just doesn't. It moves too fast. You guys know how fast this stuff moves. It's hard enough to keep up with it for us, and we know what we're doing, so just let them know. And the good thing about that, I don't want to dwell on that. That's, Aaron can get into all the little ins and outs, but basically you guys know what it is, right? I can sit down literally on, any day for an hour and then go through and bring all these different posts, different articles, different offers. I can sit here and do 30 days worth and do 2 or 3 or 4 a day and then schedule them all out in the social software, hit one button and it's gone. Now the clients go in there and they're looking at it on Monday and they're like, man, at 10 o'clock, oh, George posted in there. Oh, man, that's a good article. Boom. At 12 o'clock, and open these and turn the notifications on their freaking Facebook phones. I mean, on their phones, because they probably don't have them on there. Put it on their phone. You want them to know that you're working. That's what they're paying you for every month. So that's one way to ding. Ding, what the hell? Okay. So at 10 o'clock it went off, 12 o'clock it went off, 2 o'clock it went off, 6 o'clock it went off. Man, next day, ding, 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 ding. You're like, man, George is working his tail off, man. So it works. So that's how it works. Very simple, very clean. But then it shows them that you're working for them. So, and that's
just
want to
great,
say.
man. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go for it, Adam.
Oh, I was just saying, no, that's great. That's actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I was wondering about what's the strategy? Am I gonna have to like be posting these all day, or
Hell no.
yeah, exactly. You set it up over a day or two, and then, like you said, post it out, drip it out, and just like you said, the business owners can be blown away. So, I mean, you just set it up, obviously. So that's cool, man.
See, think about it. If you had 10 clients and you had to do that every day, you wouldn't want to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't want to do that, man. You got 10 clients and you're posting
Yeah.
4 or 5 times a day, and just 10. I mean, just 10. You're gonna spend your freaking day just doing that, man. You gotta have these automated systems, and that's what this is all about. Me, I'm
Perfect.
a huge proponent of automated systems. So
Me too.
Go ahead, Clint. What were you saying?
Yes, that's exciting. Now, just to just show you guys, well, tell you guys as well from my inside experience. People, these agencies out there, even big ones, they say they do Facebook and all this stuff. They have no freaking idea, man, because internally they don't spend the type of money that we've all probably collectively spent on trying to sharpen our saw.
Right.
We are freaking so far ahead of them. It's insane. Because when people are in big companies, they don't have a vested interest to improve themselves. So they've got cushy numbers. And we're out there for the hustle, man. We're out there for the win. And we know we have to understand our shit because we're on the front line and the back line. So we know everything. So I've seen Facebook pages, for example, a massive dentist, over 50 chains. On the header of their Facebook page, it's a kid with a magnifying glass or mangled teeth. Now, basic marketing, people love attraction, not repelling. Who wants to go back to a page with a bloody mangled teeth on there? I want to see what I can get, not how horrible that picture is. And then you go onto their website. Oh, they've got consistency and congruency because they've got the same image on their website. I mean,
right.
And it's sometimes agencies who offer services tick the box. Yet Facebook page, the header doesn't fit, shit doesn't fit, and they've got about 2 posts on there, and one of them is the cover header that's included as a post on the page. I mean, what's the point?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Good points. So, okay, so that's that. Now the next thing, so you got the postings. That's you let them know. So now, Mr. Business Owner, I mean, do you want to sit here all day? And we just talked about that. That's a pain in the butt. They're not going to want to sit here all day. Be like, let them know. So you need to be posting at least 4 or 5 times a day, like every day of the week. Wait a minute, what? No, wait a minute. Do you do that? Yeah, we do that. I've got systems set up in place, Mr. Business Owner, to be able to do this for my clients. And you let them know that. So I spend a lot of money and time and resources learning this. And I have software programs that I pay for every month. I have to set one up for you and each and every one of my clients. And, so you make this sort of complicated type of thing that he's not going to want to go learn this crap, dude. He's going to be like, okay, cool. It was what, $300 a month? All right, cool. So, and that is going to work. That is going to get him engagement, and that is going to have people looking at his stuff. And Facebook does like that. They've got algorithms just like, Google and the big ones. I mean, they do. They freaking Facebook knows everything. So, the next one would be directories. Now we're going for local businesses, right? So those local businesses, there's services out there all over the internet that you guys can hook up with. I've got one that I put a PDF in there that I use. They're not the only ones. There's a ton of them out there that can do all these local directories, and it puts them in there, and it helps with your backlinks and stuff like that. So now you got links going to your web page, which is in turn going to domino effect and go into your SEO and then your Google list. You know what I mean? So all this stuff you see is kind of tying in with each other. Your Facebook page is now you got a bunch of links going to that. Now your website, now you're going to have all these local directories and stuff like that. And that right there, I think the one company I use, I think they charge me like $100 for 30 of the local directories, and they go optimize this and that, business listings, and it's about $100, 109, I think, to be exact. And generally, I'll charge $300, and that's not a monthly reoccurring. So that kind of should have been up at the top. I apologize for that. That's kind of a one-time thing. So once they do that, that's just more upfront money, and I charge $300 for that. So I'm going to put that down here. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, I can't get my pen right. I think it's the paper.
Okay, so the one-time fee on the local directories.
The local
Okay,
directories. I charge
$300.
$300.
Okay, cool.
Did you want to say something, Shane? Your mic's off.
I said I was just showing you a pencil because you were talking about your pen being all.
I know, right? I need a pencil. I got my invisible one still. It's
Oh,
not.
perfect.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
I told my wife, I said I should wear a green shirt because then it'd just be a head. That's to really trip everybody out. So yeah, local directories. There's no $300. I mean, think about this. I mean, you could literally go around. If you did 10 of them a month, there's $3,000.
That's
Go around selling directory stuff. Go around selling just a bot. It's $300. Hey, I'll build your bots. $300. Get 10 of them. It's going to take you no time. I mean, it should take you 20, 30 minutes to build a freaking bot out. I mean, you do them all day long for $300. Do 2 or 3 a day. It's $1,000, $600. Okay, so then the next thing, so we got social media postings. We have the directories would have been in upfront money. So then the next thing I would do is probably going to be these next ones right here. The next 3, I guess I would say, are going to be things that if you have the expertise to be able to do them, these are going to be the ones that you're also going to be doing. These are all monthly reoccurring revenues. So you have SEO, which we all know about. You've got PPC for what? AdWords. I think they call it ads now. I think they quit calling it AdWords. I think they changed that over at Google. And then you got of course, your good old-fashioned Facebook ads. Okay? But you also have Instagram. You have Pinterest. You've got Twitter. You've got YouTube. You've got Reddit. There's a ton of other ones. And I guess this also brings you to a point. Don't ever put all your eggs in one basket. We've all heard this, right? It goes the same to this, even more so. Facebook is a double-edged sword. It's a good and bad thing. The reason I say that, it's a great resource, but you're at their beck and call. Look at everything we've seen this year. Look at the beginning of the year, 3, 4, 6 months ago, where he went in front of the Senate, and they're like, yeah, Mr. Zuckerberg, how do you make money? We run ads, Senator. I mean, that's so.
Love that.
Changes stuff all the time. I mean, look at the algorithms now. Now you go, for those of you that have been in a Facebook Ads Manager, if I just look at from last year to where we're at now, they're taking so much stuff out of there. Between I don't know. There's a million examples. Like, I don't know that you could do like how much money they make anymore, trying to get
just added that back.
What's that?
They just added the household income.
They just added, okay, but they've taken out so much stuff, like, really hyper targeting when we would do flex targeting, and you could put so many different interests in there and really narrow that down to get to that. Now it's kind of broaden that out because they don't have that data anymore, or at least they're telling us they don't have that data anymore. Yeah. They're not selling us that kind of data anymore. So, again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they took off the homeowners, and especially I was doing solar for a while, so it was, so that was something that changed. There's workarounds, but just like you said, and then I knew some big top marketers, and then boom, they lost their whole page, like they lost their whole Facebook account, and so they were done. And now they're trying to rebuild. So no, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, the old adage, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Research, start looking at your business on what are they selling? Solar, are they selling cars? Are they selling pens? Whatever it is. And then just do some due diligence. Go out there and do some research, and then find out where are some other places that you're seeing their products, and look for them, seek them out, on Pinterest or YouTube. Seek them out, and then go in there and then find out, and then say, well, what are these guys doing? Because somebody's marketing for them. I sought them out, and here they popped up. And then start going down that little rabbit hole, taking notes, and then kind of figure that out. You know what I mean? Just simple little things. So you have your SEO, your PPC, and your Facebook ads. My suggestion is this: if you don't know how to do any of these, find somebody that does. Start vetting them, start friending them, start getting close with them. There are companies out here that do this. Remember, these business owners, they're not Amazon. They're not, we're not, the guys that are paying $500 for a website, okay, they're not, they're local business owners, okay? The Facebook ads shouldn't be that complicated, okay? So you don't need some guy, Shane and I talked about this. I don't believe you need some guy that wants to charge you $1,500, $2,000 a month to manage you guys' client to do all the Facebook ads, so you don't like to do it or know how to do it, you want to source it out. That's a problem with that, because you have a local business owner, say he's a restaurant, okay, restaurant. Well, guess what? All you need to tell Facebook is, here, this 5-mile radius around here, that's about as far as people are going to go to that restaurant. Somebody that's 20 miles away, I give a crap less about. I'm not trying to find that little micro niche for this little Chinese food restaurant or this pizza restaurant. So it's not that complicated, guys. If you put together a decent offer, 2-for-1 pizza or buy one, get one, whatever it is, and put together a decent ad, all these things will come into play. You can't just throw it out there. You know what I mean? But if you do that, and then you just tell Facebook, hey, go find people in this 10-mile radius. That's what I want. Everybody over here, everybody's got to eat. Everybody needs a dentist. Everybody needs this. We're generalizing, but that's all you really need. I mean, unless somebody tells me different, but it works for me. I don't, you don't have to be an expert. So go do a little bit of research, figure out how to do your Facebook ads, learn the Facebook ads manager. It's not that complicated. You guys aren't going out there trying to do a Shopify store, e-com, where you have to flex target it. You know what I mean? When you have that, if you got a doggy chain or a doggy collar, it's for pit bulls, pit bull owners. Well, now you start getting into where you really got to micro niche that out. You have to go in there and figure out Facebook and then find out where they're at, do split testing and blah, 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 blah. So that's that. Your PPC and SEO. Again, you either go learn this or you find a company that could do it. And then, so your prices are going to be accordingly. It's just going to be a simple math equation. You know what I mean? I've got, you could do like a very small level of SEO. And I think this one company will do 25 keywords, 5 priority keywords, 20 secondary keywords. And I want to say it cost me like $120 a month. Okay. And they'll do all that. They'll optimize it. They'll go into the back end of the website. They know WordPress. They do all that. They go in there. They help you with all that kind of stuff. $120 a month, something like that for the beginner starter tier. What's that, Clint? Oh, okay. And I charge $500. Just a nice profit on there. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And again, these are local business owners. They're not looking for somebody like, I'm in Florida. They're not looking for SEO for somebody that's in California. They just want their a local SEO. Aaron said it right the other day. When you guys are going on Google and they're going to search, they're not going to the internet, the website. They're going to Google's website and they're giving you search results for your area right there. So your SEO is going to be congruent with your area. It's not for somebody that's in California. It's for your area. So that's all that matters, So you don't have to have anybody that is some super guru, some super SEO guy. I just don't agree with that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep stuff as simple as possible. Again, it's all coming back to, we need to stay focused with the clientele that we're looking for. We're not looking for somebody that's doing a national chain, that's doing a global chain right now. Now, I'm not saying that you guys can't get to that level as you grow, but right now where everybody's at in this group and other groups, that's not where anybody's at. So don't focus on that, okay? We like to keep things simple, clean. Mr. Business Owner, I don't need $1,000. I don't need $1,500. I don't need $500. Just these little things. But those little things you do, you got something that's $500. You do 10 of them a month. That's what, 2.5 a week? It's $5,000. $50,000 a year or $50,000 a year. I mean, it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's decent. So that's SEO and a PPC. PPC, I generally start that out because that can kind of get a little bit more complicated. You know what I mean? So you really got to have a lot. You got to know your stuff. So again, the same thing. I've got a company that kind of does that too. I'm at $500 a month plus the ad spend. Remember, all this, you got to put the ad spend in there too. You know what I mean? So Facebook ads, generally, if Facebook ads, depends on what it is, but I'll start at about $300 or $400 to maintain and to do it, and then plus whatever their ad spend is, $300, $400, $500. Because generally it's not going to be that complicated, because I'm not going after somebody again that's going national, that's trying to do all this stuff. So, $300, $400, $500, I think that's fair. You're managing that. You're going to have to come up with different ad sets and different campaigns. And so that's where you're going to put a little bit of work into. But these are all going to add up, because you're going to stack these things, in a certain way, depends on the client again. Some aren't going to need this. Some aren't going to need that. So you want to do that. So, for instance, you definitely want to do the social media postings. I definitely like to do the directories from the beginning of a hit. Say they just get a website. Then I'm going ahead and they want a website. I'm going to try to get the bot in there. Okay. Cause that's easy, $300, $400, $500. Then I'm going to revamp the Facebook, obviously. Then the next thing reoccurring, then the next thing will be the directories to start. So now I've got a website, I've got a bot, I'm doing a Facebook page, and then I'm doing the directories. So now that's kind of my upfront money. And then if you can, sell them a funnel. You know what I mean? If that will help them, absolutely, throw that in there. That could be another $500, $1,000 there. So you start with those. Then the monthly is where we get in. The first thing is obviously going to be the social media postings. You got to do that, Mr. Business Owner. And then the next thing would probably be the Facebook ads. Let me do your advertising. Give me a budget, say $500 a month. That gives you whatever that is, 10, $15 a day, somewhere around in there. And with $15 a day to get people to come in and buy a pizza or, whatever it is, probably going to get you some pretty daggone good results. You know what I mean? So start with that. Then the next thing would probably get them into some SEO. Find a company that does it. Aaron had one a while back, but I think they're gone now. So he had one that was, I forget what it was, and they were charging him so much a month, and they would help do that. And of course, what you guys have to do, and he did some great videos on this in the very beginning when you're doing a website, is you got to go in there and optimize it the way I think James Griffin, he's awesome at putting together these PDFs and stuff like that. Dude's very slick when it comes to that stuff, very articulate. So he's got a nice PDF. I'm going to put one together, or I'll go ask James, can I have this, and maybe just throw it in the group for, us. And I know you guys have access to it, but do your SEO like that. Do your Google Analytics, start doing all that, set that up, do your Yoast, and all of this is going to play a big role, especially in the very beginning when you start getting it listed, with Google and stuff like that. So SEO would be next. And then last but not least would be your PPC. Okay. And that would be the last thing. I would try to get all these other things kind of in there first, offer them, depends on what kind of deal we're going to structure. And then get the first 2 or 3 months growing their brand presence, having their Google Analytics, you'll be able to check that. And then their Facebook, they're starting to get a lot of engagement. And, you're throwing this $10 a day at these ads, and they're getting a ton of likes and shares. And, Facebook will do that. So your customers are starting to build this confidence in you now. And that's going to get you that longevity, that retainment. And that's our goal. Those first 3 months are so critical to get them to be your clients for a long, long time. So these relationships and what you do in those first 2 to 3 months are going to be critical on keeping those clients. I can't express that enough. And then last but not least at all, I said that before, but this is really the last. Here's your biggest one. Now, if you have somebody like my Corvette guy, he went ahead and pretty much went for everything. He said, okay, I want all this done, because I brought him up this. I said, let's do your website. Okay. And on top of that website, we need to build your bot, because that's going to bring in, lead or bring in information and data and stuff like that from our clients. And we can kind of get information and collect leads and stuff like that. then we need to do a funnel. So because I could run specials and we could do a featured car, and this is just for him, but we're going to do a featured car every month. So I'm going to build a template out that's a funnel template. And these are only going to go to specific car guys that are looking for a 66 Corvette. That's a, you know, whatever, special one, numbers match and blah, blah, blah. You use this in any situation. So we did that. And then we're doing the social media postings. We're doing the directories. We're going to do the Facebook ads. And then we're going to do the SEO. So he kind of went that whole little path right there, you know, that I kind of built out for him. And then the last one that is when they do that whole package right there, is your email marketing, your CRM. And, you know, again, Aaron's got one. I've got it. I've been using it. You know, still learning a bunch of stuff about it. It's not hard. Go to Active Campaign, look at that. There's a ton of information out there on all this stuff, so you guys can learn it. It's, again, it doesn't have to be complicated for these little business owners. You make them, you start building out the sequence, and Aaron's going to go over a bunch of that stuff. And you know, here as we keep going, I'm sure he's going to get more and more into that, because that's an intricate part of all this. As you know, he did, you know, last night we shut down the other group. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was just too much. So it's all in Instatonto now. So he's going to be in there a lot more. Like I said, I'm going to be engaging a lot more too with the email marketing. You know, we'll get into some of that, I think, on his side and on my side as I learn more and more, and he's starting to learn more and more and more, and putting together these systems and stuff. And he's already done a bunch of systems. So that's going to be very critical. And to me, I stress this to the clients, letting them know this is going to be our lifeline with our customers for a long, long time, is your email list. And that's what this is going to do. And again, these are automated. So that's why I love this. It's such a good feature. There's a lot of automation, and it's very, very, very powerful. You know, we can engage with them on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on whatever it is. We could go set all these things up, set these sequences up with certain tags, certain triggers. And when they do X, Y, Z, they get this email. When they go here and do this, they get this email. So it creates a lot of engagement, and then we can get them back to the website. We can get them back to the Facebook. We can get them back to the funnel. We can send them wherever we want to send them. So you want to show these owners that this is going to be the coup de grace. This is a piece de resistance. Okay. This is what's going to put this whole package together. That's why I think Aaron's done something on this where I kind of let that be, that's my big deal on the back end kind of thing. That right there, as far as pricing goes, I'm in a minimum of like $800, and that could go up. Okay, depends on how complex, how much we need to do. So it kind of goes up from there. Most of them, you can do simple campaigns, you know, having a few emails going out and having these contact points, you know, with whatever that customer is trying to do, you know, whatever that client is doing, you have these contact points. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep these contact points. We want to keep this engagement between the Facebook, the emails, the bots, the chats, the website, the funnels. All those are touch points. Those are contact points. And we want to keep, keep that going with the clients. And again, this goes back to that list. The list is valuable, Mr. Business Owner. We want next year to have 1,000 people on this list, 10,000 people on this list, 500 people on this list, whatever it is. Because then as you grow, Mr. Business Owner, and say they're a pest control company. Okay, great. Well, people forget about that. Well, now every 6 months you're sending them something, and it says, hey, you know, you did this 6 months ago. Well, we know because we have them in a list for people that purchased on this time. So we set a date in there. And then 6 months from now, that automatically goes out. You and I don't have to think about it. Business owner don't have to think about it. We won't even know it. Well, you'll sort your list, but that's something different. You know, you'll know because you'll be getting emails. But that'll go out to them, and you let them know, we're going to set all these systems up for you that's automated. Now, we have to maintain all this stuff, so don't get it twisted that I can just put it up and done. No. You still have to maintain everything. So, and you're going to have different offers and stuff. So the email thing, $800, and that could go up. I mean, it could be, you know, 1,000, 1,500, $2,000, $3,000. I mean, that's kind of like SEO and PPC, you know, because I know some of you guys, we all know there are places that charge, you know, thousands of dollars for SEO, thousands of dollars for PPC. And I'm not making any bones about it. They do. And I'm not trying to lowball everything. What I'm trying to do is get you guys to be able to go in there with these kind of, I say this in a nice way, but a lower level, kind of lower ticket kind of thing. Get your feet wet. Get this experience right now. That's what this is all about. And this isn't peanuts when you start adding these things up. You know, we see all these guys on there, you know, saying, oh, you know, I'm making, you know, 10 grand, 15 grand, and, you know, I'm charging this guy $5,000 a month. Yeah, okay. Maybe. And you can do that. Trust me, when you get to certain things. But I'm just trying to show you guys these things so you can get your foot in the door. Let's get some money in the door. Let's build these relationships. Let's get your feet wet. Let's get this experience between the whole process. And then we can always go up. Now, you know, I'm trying to give you baselines, and I wouldn't go really any lower than this, but then you can always go up. You know, we're not going to go backwards, you know, obviously. And as you guys build this confidence and then your mindset starts being better and better and better, and you get more and more comfortable with these clients and going in, and you're like me, you just go out there, you sit down, you pop down, yeah, it's boom, 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 boom. Yeah, this is going to do this, and this is going to do this, and this is going to, well, you know, what are you comfortable with? Or, you know, well, that's a little bit more than I thought. Okay. Well, let's start with here. That's why I give you guys these things. We could start here. Let me just start here. And if all you can do this month right now is let me build the website out, let me revamp your Facebook, and then, you know, maybe if we can squeeze in there, let me do the directories. Okay, because now we got a proper website. Now we got a proper Facebook. Let me at least do the directories. And you got, you know, whatever, $1,000 or whatever. And, you know, you got that up front. Okay, cool. Now, next month you go back and you say, okay, let's do you know, the social media postings now. Let's get them on that. Let's get a little budget for the Facebook ads. Okay, boom. Now we got a little bit of money coming in. $300 for this, $300 for that. There's $600. Again, 10 people, $6,000. But you're only doing social media postings. You're only doing a handful of people doing some Facebook ads. It's not that complicated. You know what I mean? And these are the clients we're going after. Again, we're not going after Amazon. We're not going after some whatever huge company is in your town. Not right now. We can get to there. Like Aaron said, he's, you know, done these big, massive, you know, the state of Denver and the China hockey team or whatever the hell it is over there, you know. So, you know, and you will get to that. And there are people, I mean, like I said, this guy, he's going to pay me $3 grand a month. Well, yeah, but these cars are $60, $70, $80, $100,000. So if he does one car, okay. I mean, he's going to make more than that. You know, we're going to get more than that, but you get the idea. You know, these are higher ticket things. And that's the other thing, too. You guys always want to make sure and think about the clients that you are going after. Make sure, one, they are scalable, and two, that they have the type of revenue coming in that, one, they can afford you, and it's going to make sense for them. You know, if it doesn't make sense, if you look at them and they're selling, you know, pencils or something like that, well, it's going to take a whole lot of pencils to try to, you know, bring a revenue in. This really ain't for them. You know what I mean? So kind of pick those things. You know, restaurants, they make plenty of money. Anybody tells you, oh, I don't make enough money, they're full of crap. It's like you just building this and that. We put some offers out here. We can get you another $5,000, $10,000 a month coming in here. You're not doing it because I've already seen your Facebook. I've already seen your website. It's non-existent. Doesn't work. It's a bunch of junk. So if I go in there and just do a handful of things, I can get your door flooded with leads. That's not hard. You know what I mean? You're running a sub special for $7.95, get a steak and cheese with fries and stuff like that. Well, there's a school in your neighborhood. Well, I'm going to go to that neighborhood school on Facebook, and I'm going to target every freaking buddy that's in that high school around here and say, on this day, we got it on sale. He's going to get so many high school kids in there, going, well, what the hell just happened? You know? She's going to make that money. You know, it doesn't take a whole lot of steak and cheeses during the day for him to make enough money to give you $300, $400, $500 to run these ads for him. And so don't, that's not an objection, you know? So yeah, so the email marketing, that's good.
So, hey, real quick, George. So on the email marketing, that's monthly, right? It's
yes.
Is it 800 to start or 800 monthly?
Yep. 800 and up.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep. That's kind of going to be your bigger tier, sort of. You know, from the beginning, you could charge a little bit for that. You know, a good little amount. And then again, that's an arbitrary number. This is just a loose number to kind of get your foot in the door from the very beginning. Right. You know, with a smaller company that is trying to do something, is willing to do all this. If they're willing to do that, we keep going forward, and then we could get into, building more and more complex type of campaigns for them. You know what I mean? And these things do all kinds of crazy stuff. So definitely something, if I were you guys, spend some time, go on YouTube, go to Active Campaign. Go there directly, look at the resources, they got videos, watch some of those. Dude, they got beginner videos where it tells you, this, and this. There's no sense in me going and redoing all that stuff when they have it and it's from the horse's mouth. I go there, Aaron goes there, we all go there. This is where you learn stuff. So go there and learn that, because that's going to be a big tool of knowledge that you guys are going to need. And then the more and more you know, the more you can offer, the more money you're going to make. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm sure we can all agree on that.
Hey, George.
Yes.
Hey, so with the website, it's a one-time fee for the website, but then what about the monthly cost for the website? Do you add that on or not?
Okay. That's a very good point. There's
just like if they are a small business and they don't get one of the monthly options, and they only got the one-time fee, like how do you account for the monthly fee?
It's a good question. And for any of them, it'll be the same thing. If you got a website, you got a bot, what else? A funnel. So any of those threes would be kind of the one-time kind of things, like what you're saying. If they have any of those, then yes, you would charge, $20, $30 a month, $50 a month. I mean, somewhere in there.
Just to keep it going.
Just to keep it going, updates, okay. I'd probably, the website, you do updates. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but, they can add up. I mean, I'd probably minimum $50. But that's me. I tell them, look, $50 a month. I'll do your updates and, make sure everything stays right. And, you can put a little form on there to make sure when people go there, it goes to his email. You can use Ninja Forms or something like that, which we have in Instatato. Mm-hmm. They can fill out the form and you do all that configuration and send it up there. So, and that will come up. I tend to, all these, I go in, I guess more hardcore. So I haven't came across that yet, to be honest with you. Because I want that monthly. So, everything that I've came across so far, these people have went for the social media postings or the Facebook ads or the SEO or directories, so they kind of all have packaged that and kind of been okay with doing something like that. Mm-hmm. It seems like most of them, in my experience, kind of expect that. Okay. So I kind of use that and say, absolutely, there's a monthly. You know what I mean? So we should be doing this. We should be doing this. And then you give them those options, the social media, the Facebook ads, whatever. But still, good question. There's people, and, maybe some people you charge them $20, $30 a month, $40, $50, but somewhere in there, get you a little something. It's worth it, because chances are, honestly, they're not going to need much done. Not every month. You know what I mean? Once you build the website out, they're kind of statically done. They might need a revamp next year, to modernize it or change some pictures, or, they don't have, this car no more, or this person's gone and, long gone. So I don't want his face on here no more because I fired him or whatever it is. So they're not going to need much. So put something in there for you, 20, 30, 40, $50 a month.
So I also off of the website too, just to bounce back. Some people want blogs. So if they want a blog or something like that, that could be the monthly type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. You charge whatever. If I was going to maintain a blog and stuff, I'd probably hit them $100, $200 a month.
Okay.
Just because you're going to have a lot more work than just doing the website thing. Definitely it's more into, I'm be honest with you, I don't really do the blog thing. I'm not, so that might be something you probably get a little bit better answer from Aaron. You know what I mean? As far as, just maybe mention in there, how much would you charge to maintain a blog or something? And I'll ask them, it's good knowledge too. I just don't really get into them. I like these other things. And that's why I kind of told you guys to write down, the other day when we first started all this, kind of your foundational, what are your strong suits and stuff like that. So that's kind of where that comes into play right now. You guys finding your strong suits, what you're good with, what you really aren't comfortable with, and then start searching these things out. you know, if you're good with this, you're good with this, you're good with this, but I don't like doing SEO. I don't like doing the whatever, PPC. Then start looking at places and people and websites and companies that you can build a relationship with, get some pricing structures, talk to these people, and say, well, what do you do for this SEO package, which is what I did. And I went through and I have these conversations for like, you know, it was like one time, but, you know, I was on there with them for like an hour and they're just going over everything with me. Well, I do this, this, and this because now I'm going to take that and translate that to my client. Saying this is what my team is going to do. You know, I have experts at this and we're going to do, you know, 5 primary keywords, 20 secondary keywords for this package, and it's $500 a month. Now, if we want to go up to 50 keywords where we do 20 primary and 30 secondary, you know, but we're going to do this, 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 this. And you're going down this whole value stack on what you're going to do. And that's going to be dependent on who you go with. And like I said, you guys have that one PDF that should be up there, you know what I mean, with the place that I use. I'm not telling you to go there. I would call them, talk to them, see if they're a good fit for you guys. Now, another thing that I do for the client, so we go through all this, and then, you know, like I said, next week we'll get into doing some pitching, some closing, and what the interaction is on. I think the first thing we're going to do is a discovery meeting. I think that you guys would agree, you know, once we, you know, well, first thing we're going to do is this. Hold on. So we're going to start out next week. We're going to do client acquisition, right? That's what you guys want to know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that and how to not come in and do what I did today. We got to definitely discuss that. You guys got to hear my story.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. So client acquisition. I get so distracted on remember this stuff. And then the discovery. That's it. Discovery. And then we'll do the next will be close.
Well, proposal too, because that way we don't mess with the proposal either, right? So proposal / close, I guess, right?
Well, we're gonna do client acquisition, discovery, and then putting the pieces together in a proposal.
So do you have to learn like all of this right here would go into the proposal, right? Or is it like different for every different company?
Most of what we talked about today, all of this kind of stuff is going to go in the proposal, yes.
Okay, so it'll all go in there, and then whenever you go and talk to them, like, this is my marketing plan for your company. And
Yes.
so you can take out whatever pieces you want to take out.
Exactly.
But this is the plan, this is the price.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
Exactly.
I'm on track.
Good, good. And that's what we want, guys. I mean, this is the free-for-all. Like I said, if any of you guys got to go, if I'm too long with it, I can make these shorter. I mean, you know, we can break them up. I just kind of get on a roll. And so you guys let me know. I'm here for you. Like I said,
I'm here.
Okay.
This is great.
I'm here.
This is great. Like I
Okay.
said, I've been looking for something like this. Like I said, to have like a strategy to be able to come in, be like, boom, okay, these are the things that I can offer. And then, because I get so kind of hung up like before on just like lead generation, which is important, or just Facebook ads. But now I just really love, like, you know, let's get your website,
Sure.
your bot, your phone, you know what I mean? Just everything you've been talking about. It's awesome, man.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure I'm on the right track, that I'm not talking about stuff and stuff that's useless to you guys. It's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. You know what I mean? I could, you know, being over with my wife or whatever. I mean, she just got home a little while ago. But okay, so we got that. So I want to leave you guys with one more thing, and then I'm gonna let Shane. I want to talk to Shane and get his story out here, because I'm curious. He knows, because I talked to him earlier, and he knows I was in the hospital with my friend. So one other thing. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put this. No, I'm gonna save this. Okay, there's your soap opera sequence. Okay. All right. So I got this real good for you, and then I promised Adam something, so I'm gonna let Shane talk, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna soap opera sequence you on that, but this is gonna be on Monday. Man, I hate this paper, this pen. You ever try to write on a piece of paper and it doesn't write?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I'm trying to write on a paper and it doesn't, you know, you keep shaking and then it'll write.
Oh, the pen, yeah. It's garbage.
I got 2 pens, so it must be the paper. I'm good at deductive reasoning. Okay, so we'll do that on Monday. Okay, we got all this: client acquisition, the discovery, the proposal, and then the closing. So we got those 4 parts, and then I got something else I was going to talk about today, but I'm not going to. We'll put that on that'll go on one of the other ones. So, and then remind me, Adam, I got something, and this will relate to the rest of you guys too. It might be something that the rest of you guys want to try also, and it does go with client acquisition, which is what I want to do Monday, but I'm going to go ahead and do it today for Mr. Adam. So if you guys want to stick around, or if not, you got to go understand me and Adam maybe could sit around, or we could do it next week. So whatever you guys want to do. So right now, Shane, tell me what happened today. Tell everybody what happened today.
All right. So I guess we could just chalk this all up as I was way too confident for like I came in here and I was like, oh, I've been talking to George every day. Like, I'm George. Like, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna tell him $4,000. You guys need the whole kit and caboodle. $2,000 a month, dude. No, they. Here's the worst thing. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't control the meeting enough because like I was controlling the meeting, and they're just like, all right, dude, like get to the point. Like I'm literally just starting to flip through the proposal, and they're like. And I was like, damn, like, what? And, like, they were just like I wasn't even talking their ear off, like, you know what I mean? But it comes to find out, like, he was having a bad day, you know, whatever. He apologized for it. But still, that doesn't matter. Like, you don't treat people like that. So, anyways, I'm in the meeting, right? And here's where my mess up was, guys. I got too confident, and I think I got way too ahead of myself in terms of, like, I just saw dollar signs, and that wasn't good. Like, I looked at it. And I was just like, okay, like, I'll just bring the price up. Because the way I was thinking of it is like, oh, like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell everyone about this. And they'll be so happy to hear these big numbers. And then I was just like, but then afterwards, guys, after they, like, told me, they were like, look, dude, we love you. Like, we don't want to not work with you. They're like, but this is too much money. And I was like, yeah, like, I understand. Like, I'm willing to work with you guys. But then in the end, they kind of, you know, since I came in with such a high number, I definitely rubbed them the wrong way. Where now they were just like closed off, and it was like, oh, okay, now we don't even want social media posting. We don't even want you to redo the website that we were telling you to do. We just want you to maintain it and redesign what we already have. And I was just like, oh shoot. They're like, you know, we'd be happy to give you $800 a month just to fuck around. Sorry, they were just like just to mess around with our website. That's literally what they said. Like, just play with our social media and our website. Don't even like worry about generating us leads and all this and that. And I was just like, man, if I just came in here with like low pricing, I would have had a check today, guys. I would have had a check. But here's the thing. I left the meeting and I was so excited. You can hear the excitement in my voice because I was just like, I did that. No matter what, I got my ass there.
Right on.
I looked like a fool with the high numbers. Here I am, an amateur. They're like, do you have a website? I was like, oh, mine's being built. They're like, where's your business cards? I was like, oh, I don't even mess with business cards because normally when I give someone a business card, they don't call me back. I just do phone number to phone number. So, you know what, guys? Where's the wise? Build yourself a website, even if you don't care about it. Second part, get yourself at least a 20 stack off Vistaprint and hand it to them.
Third lesson. What did you talk about the other day? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, third lesson. Take the small deals to start, guys. Don't get ahead of yourself. Please don't do it because some of you guys might not be able to handle the rejection as well. Like, personally, I love it. I'm okay with it. It's the same thing as asking out a girl. She either says yes or she says no. And so no matter what, I was like, this is a great lesson. It was a $4,000 lesson, but I can turn it into like maybe a little couple $100 in my pocket and learn how to properly handle the deal. And how to be okay with, like, not being a millionaire overnight. Because that's not the goal. And here I am, 19-year-old, stupid. Like, not stupid, but you know what I mean. Just, like, guys, I got way too excited. I thought they had way more money than they do. I mean, they probably got the money. They could probably afford it. But, you know, we got to remember, they're just like us. Like, are we going to pay someone $4,000 a month for everything? Like, who knows? Probably not. Like, it's still a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So I learned a great lesson today. I should have listened to George and not myself. He encouraged you because I think you knew. I think you knew this lesson was going to happen, but you didn't want to stop me because you're like, this is how he's going to learn. And that's exactly what happened. I went in, I got my ass handed to me. You know, we laughed about it at the end. Like, they were just laughing. Like, they weren't even angry with me. They weren't like, get the heck out of here. They were still chatting with me and whatnot. They're like, just come back on Monday, man. Come back on Monday with a different offer.
Okay.
Like, all right, we'll do that.
Well, that was good. Lesson learned. And it does go back to what we talked about the other day, beginning of the week when we first started this. Foundation, guys. Have your foundation, because when you go into these people and you can't tell them, you can't practice what you preach, they're not going to take you serious. You know what I mean? With not having your website, with not having the business cards, not having all those ducks in a row. Shane got real excited last night, and that's probably part of my energy. And, you know, I apologize to a degree.
That's all good, dude.
Yeah, but, you know, it happens. You know, and he kind of, you know, we were going over the proposal, just the same thing what I did. And when you start adding all these up on the higher levels, of course, I don't know these clients. So he has a feel for them. I haven't met them. I haven't touched and talked to them. I don't know what their business looks like from a perceptual way. So he had his energy way, way up there and everything. Like I said, he was real confident because, you know, I was kind of going through a sales pitch, how I would be with somebody. And I'm a few years older than him. I got a little bit more experience. So, you know, when I go in and pitch, it's you know, kind of, it's going to be different for everybody. But that's just a good lesson learned. You know, the foundation, like I said, I can't preach that enough. While we're going through all this stuff, chip at it a little bit at a time. You know, today, tomorrow, this weekend, if you don't have your business cards, work on those. You know, get those coming next week. If your website needs some stuff, take Saturday or Sunday or Friday, whatever, and chip away at that. You know what I mean? Do a little bit more of that. If you need a business name and your bank account still, well, chip away at that. So get these things set up in the next week or two as we're going through these processes and setting you guys up with this system that you guys put in place so you can go to it every week, every day, and say, okay, today I'm going to be doing these leads. You know what I mean? I'm going to be prospecting. I'm going to be calling all these people. That's all I'm going to do today. Da-da-da-da-da. And then we go to the next one. Like we said, we'll go through client acquisition, the discovery meetings, putting together a proposal, and then the close. You know what I mean? And then we'll go further after that as far as now what systems do we need in place after. And write that down.
You know what I realized today?
What?
Was like, it's a lot easier to go and be like, hey, I only want to charge you $300 a month or like $400 a month, and then just go find like 10 of them, and then you're making the same amount of money.
We just said that.
Yeah,
we talked about that before you got in here. I'm like, look, guys, and you know, we're talking about $500, $300, $700. I'm like, if you got 10 of those in a month, it's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah,
it's not peanuts. I mean, you know, it's not Trump money, but for most people, $5,000 a month is pretty substantial, and you should be able to pay most of your bills. If you can't, you probably got some issues. I mean, I live in a big house, drive nice cars, and I mean, with $5,000 a month, I can cover my whole nut and live pretty nice. You know what I mean? So I don't know about y'all, but I'm just being real, being honest. I'm not one of them. I told you guys, you know, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. This is what I make. And you know, and yeah, I've got a couple incomes right now. And, you know, I got my other business that makes a ton more money than what I'm making here. But the point is I know for a fact what it feels like to make $10, $15, $20, $30,000. So I can tell you that's life-changing. $5,000 a month, you guys shouldn't need a job. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for most everybody, if you can pull in $5,000 a month, for most people, you probably don't need a job at that point. You should be able to take care of yourself and whatnot. So, okay.
Can you hear me, George?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to thank Shane for sharing, man, because you're 19 years old, and that's incredible, man. And yeah, great teachings. I just wanted to like put my 5 cents worth in, and just human psychology is very, very strange, right, George?
Yes,
I mean, you've got people that are 100% in, you know, you've got good rapport, good everything, and all of a sudden they disappear. It's just very, very strange. So, you know, you have to get a bit battle hardened, but These are lessons we learn, and you've got to try and mitigate that as much as possible. And that's what I want to learn from George. You know, there's a lot of people that ghost you. You think, man, I'm just giving you the best deal of your life, really can transform your business and your life, and then they disappear.
Yeah. It definitely is. It's a lot of psychology that goes into this. I think the biggest thing that I can tell everybody that worked for me is being extremely, extremely genuine. Don't try to do or promise anybody in this world something you can't do. Don't BS your way into anything. Be real with them. Don't try to be something else. Like me, I put a t-shirt. I'm not going to go in there and get dressed up in a suit and tux to come talk to you guys. I'm just not. I respect all you guys. So I'm giving you me. This is what works for me. And yeah, I got a great life, but it's more just inspirational. You know what I mean? That you be yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have to go around. You don't have to be a jack of all trades. You don't have to know everything. I want to teach you guys as a business owner, as a new business owner, as an entrepreneur, as you're growing. One of the best skills and attributes that I have are delegation and finding people and putting systems into place so you work on your business, not in your business. And that's a huge, huge, huge thing. No matter what level you want to go on, it's going to benefit you so much in the future. If you guys go through these next 3 or 4 weeks and take anything from that, and by all means, learn from everybody. I'm not the only one out here that knows any of this, obviously, but just that's the biggest attribute I think I got. You know what I mean? Is being able to delegate and be resourceful. As an entrepreneur, you better be resourceful. And with the tools we have at our disposal, being the internet, there's no excuse, guys. There's no excuse for you saying that I couldn't find this or I couldn't find that. Did you ask anybody? Maybe you couldn't find it. Fine. I get people, and I think it's the silliest thing all the time. They'll come to me, hey, do you know where I can find this? I'm like, really? I mean, you don't have one of these? How can you not find something? I mean, anything. How can you not find any info? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. All that is laziness. It's like, what do you mean you can't find what? Well, I can't find it. It's on Amazon. Go to Google. Go to YouTube. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Go to YouTube. What? How many 2 billion hours of videos up every day? Whatever the stupid number is.
That's what's amazing, man. You could literally learn anything on YouTube now.
Doesn't matter. Dude, anything. You know what I mean?
Days, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, all right. That's client acquisition. I mean, the rest of the stuff I'll say for next week. I know we got, we're going like an hour and a half now. So, I mean, if this is getting too much for you guys, I try to start breaking it up a little bit lower, a little bit smaller bits and pieces. But, yeah. So, I think that's about all we're going to do right now. I'm going to go kind of, chillax the rest of the night and let my head. That's another thing, guys. Another thing is, with everything that's going on with all this stuff, I have, my groups, I've got my social pages and all my online stuff and lists and stuff. Make sure you spend time with your family. Make sure you spend time with, yourself and stuff. A lot of this, what I want to get across to you guys and like to invigorate is not just all these technical stuff and these systems and everything, but as an entrepreneur, I want to get into some other things later on as far as relationships and being an entrepreneur, how to handle that, your ups and downs, because I've been doing it a long time, and I might even bring my wife in here because she's going to be a good sounding board, and you guys will be able to, ask her anything or have her, give her real opinion. I've been with my wife for 15 years this year. And like our anniversary is the 17th of this month. So we've been together a long time and we've grown and everything. So we'll do all that. So I'm going to sign off with you guys. Adam, if you want to stick around for a couple minutes, or we could do it on Monday if you're cool. I don't know if you got something going on. Rest of you guys, I think we'll get together on Monday. Is everybody cool with Monday? Go ahead and take the weekend. I'm probably going to go back to the hospital tomorrow with my buddy. and just see how he's doing. You know, I got a few other little things to do, so I'm probably going to do that and just go give him some support and stuff. Thanks, Clint. Thanks, David. I appreciate all you guys, you know, listening to me ramble on and stuff like that. So, I mean, the main thing is I just hope that you guys are getting something out of all this. You know what I mean? These are things that work for me. And, you know, I really want them to work for you guys, trying to keep it as simple as possible. I don't think any of this has to be complicated. You know, over the next few weeks, I think now that, you know, you guys have all this, I'm going to go in and I need to make some boards. For pricing. And what else did I say? We need boards for the proposal, or I need to show proposal set up. Anything else that you guys can think of?
I mean, you talked about client acquisition.
Well, I got all that. Client acquisition, discovery, proposals, and the close. But I want to make some, I guess this is more PDFs.
Yeah, I guess more on the
resources.
Right, the resources with the Trello board would be just the processes and stuff
Trello
you use
board
on the back end. Yeah, to tie everything together.
Okay.
And I know you're covering a lot of that stuff too. So
no, I put that down. That's fine. Boards of pricing structures, a proposal, Trello boards, systems.
Yeah, I guess like client onboard. You know, like
the onboarding process and how they move throughout it. Okay. Well, I've got some screen capture software too. So what I could do is I could go in there, make a video, show the screen capture, and then maybe set a sample board up with a couple of the people that you guys are familiar with that I'm doing, and show you that when I do this, then I move over here. When I do this, then I do this. And then kind of set all that up and kind of go through an actual, you know, what I'm doing day to day with that client. Would that help? I mean, is that
perfect?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. So I'll do a screen capture vid on that. Okay.
So I wonder what the fastest way is that we could go and find just like low level tier, like social media clients.
Well, I mean, there's a few ways, and that's what we'll do on Monday, the client acquisition part. But for right now, just to give you something, like I was saying before earlier, I don't think you were here, but all these things.
Oh yeah, those.
You get these in the mail?
Mind if I mention
Sometimes
something?
I do.
Okay.
Not too
What did you
often.
say, David?
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Nonprofits. It
Yeah,
sucks. They're the hardest clients. I'm going to tell you right now, seriously, because that's the space that I'm in. They're difficult, but they're desperate. They're desperate for help. And if you're charging $300 to $500 a month, they might listen. You might have to start low at $300 a month, but you know, with being able to utilize Hootsuite or Buffer, even if you're just doing one post a day or two posts a day or something like that, you know, just for Facebook and Instagram, all day they're desperate for help.
Yeah. So, you know, between that right there, Shane, you know, with these things, another thing I was telling them, in like your local town, wherever you're at, most of the time, like the convenience stores or grocery stores and stuff like that, you'll probably have like some kind of local newspapers and stuff that come. Adam showed one, you know, he had a magazine. You know, all these places are, you know, you got to figure these are all local businesses that are advertising in your town, and they're spending good money. I mean, some of these ads, they could be spending $1,000, $2,000 a month easily. I mean, I've had ads in the past for some of my businesses that we would put like in the Entrepreneur or put, you know, in these big magazines, and they would be a few $1,000s a month. You know what I mean? So definitely look at those. Another quick little way would be you could also go on like Facebook in your search bar up there.
Yeah.
And type in whatever type of niche that you want to look for, and then put your town also as a keyword in there. Play with your long tail keywords. Go on Google and also do the same thing. Find some of these people that are on there, but go to the second and third page. Don't go to the first page. Huh? You follow me? Go to the second and third page, because those are the guys that they're not doing something right. Okay. You know, Aaron's always preaching about getting them to that first page, and you can. go to them, because the chances are is our Facebook probably sucks and the website probably sucks. It's not optimized by any stretch, and nobody's going past the first page. So go to the second, third, and fourth page. Try to find them that they're still in business. Do some research on those. So there's a couple little ways. You know what I mean? You can go to the Yelp, to the
That's
Yellow
huge.
Pages, to the Google, and then just go to those. See where they're advertising, and then put, when you're using these keywords anywhere, I always use near me or put your town in there as an extra keyword. Okay, because you want local. You want somebody that you can go out, just like you did, that you can go out, shake their hand, stop in, drop off a business card, and talk to them. You don't want somebody that's in San Diego and you're in Florida or Texas or whatever. That doesn't do us any good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just all those little things. I really like all those local little, and there's a ton of them, all those local little magazines or newspapers or the things that come in your mailbox, and the little coupon books. You get a little coupon book, they come a little black and white. I mean, look, they're paying money. They need you. Go through there. Start vetting them. Do what I said. Go to Facebook. Check Facebook. Oh, the Facebook sucks. Okay, boom. Oh, the website sucks. Okay, boom. There's a good one. Go to the next one. Make your own list, and then go call them.
You just made me think of something, actually. The beginning of this year, somebody offered me a job, right? They wanted me to be going to like local businesses and pitching them exactly what the heck you're talking to me about.
There you
And
go.
it's a new service, so I know where they're at. He told me where he drops all of them off. I just gotta go pick one up and then call the entire list.
That's all you got to do.
So
And it
localize.
works. Yeah, it works. So.
Because I'm rethinking my entire approach now. I'm just like, dude, just go and find some people who need something on Facebook. Get
Adam's got it.
$4,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's this thing.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's this thing around my town called Upgraded Living. It's just like a little, you go around any gas station
It's
or
money.
I think I got this one out in front of my gym, and it was just like, boom, they're all there. It's gold, man.
This
Yeah.
weekend, when you guys are out
This is a
running
new
around,
approach, I'm thinking. Just go for the low tier and just rack them up. Turn them like butter. I think we lost George.
Oh shoot.
What do you guys think?
Okay, you there? Yeah, mine. You know what? I don't know what it is because I have my. It'll do that once in a while, and it'll come across the screen and it'll say unstable network. But the thing is I'm plugged directly in my router with this thing, so I'll figure out the technical stuff. I'm pretty good with all that, but I don't know if it's something with my Zoom, it doesn't like it, or if I need to throttle something up or down. But I'll figure it out this weekend. But yeah, exactly. I could hear you guys, so that didn't stop. But yeah. This weekend, you guys, when you're out and about and you're going around, or the wife's at the grocery store, you go to the mailbox, tell your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, whoever, tell them, say, look, when these things come in here, please save them for me. Let me go through them. Just save them for me. When you're out this weekend, pick them up. If there's a newspaper or a little article or something, pick it up, bring it home, start stacking these things up. Okay, these are free leads. There's money in here. I promise you. I can go to each and every one of your towns tomorrow. Walk through in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. Go find some of these newspapers and stuff. And I promise you at 10, 11 o'clock, I'll have an appointment to go talk to somebody at 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I promise you. It works that good. Okay. And you guys are going to get there. I'm going to get you there. Okay. Don't worry. I know it works. And I know you could drop me off in the middle of America somewhere with nothing at all. I promise you. I'll come home with $1,000 in my pocket on the first plane ticket to the airline. I promise you.
Yeah.
And my wife will tell you that. My wife will be like, you can drop this man off anywhere in this country with not a dime in his pocket. He's going to come home on a first-class ticket to an airplane, $1,000 in his pocket. I promise you.
It's awesome, man.
But that's what I want to get you guys. Okay. I can't do the fishing for you, but I can damn sure teach you how to fish. Okay. And that's going to be my mission for this. So,
that's awesome,
y'all
man.
do that this weekend. So, look, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Cool.
You guys are great. I appreciate you guys listening, and I mean, I'm doing this for you guys. So, I appreciate you guys listening and sticking in there and stuff. I think it's definitely going to be worth it. I hope you guys are getting some good stuff out of this. So, we'll see you guys later.
Right.
I'll talk to you later. Shane, this way, because my screen's backwards. So, but Shane, I need to, maybe like tomorrow sometime, I'll give you a call. Let me get all my stuff done. If you want me to, I'm just offering. If you want me to, let me give you a call. Let's work on the roofing thing. and then we'll structure it out where you go in Monday and you should be able to close the deal. Now I know where they're at. You know where they're at. We'll get something. Let's get the $800 in you. We'll get that close. We'll get that figured out. You know what I mean? Let's work on that tomorrow for a little bit, and then I'll give you a call.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so if everybody else can sign off, we will see you guys later. Elvis is leaving the building. Adam, I'm going to stick on here.
Thanks, George.
And then we'll talk a couple things. See you, Clint.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See you,
Do you mind if I stay? Do you mind if I stay
No,
behind?
that's fine. If anybody wants to stay, you're more than welcome. You can stay. It's just me and Adam.
We lost again.
Cool. So that's fine.
What the heck? That's a weird
Oh
router.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what I was thinking, because Adam and his girlfriend, okay, Adam and I had a good conversation yesterday, and I got to kind of feel, a little bit more of his personality, what I'm trying to feel out for each one of you guys. Whenever I'm trying to mentor somebody and trying to help you guys, or anybody, feeling out everybody's personality and where they're at. Like I said, a lot of this is psychological. So it plays a big role in the direction and stuff that I try to kind of push them in, that I think will work for them, and only they'll be able to know that. So that being said, all this is going to be directed at Adam. Okay. So you're on the spotlight. Okay. Very simple, very simple. In your town where you're at, I think what you and your girlfriend could do, aside from all these other things that I'm talking about right here, and this works very, very powerful. I've got into a couple of our places, and I do this once a month, and it turned out to be extremely powerful. Now, it's something that you're going to have to be okay with talking to a group of people, but this technique is so powerful, you kind of want to watch it. I think you're a good candidate to do this, but you definitely want to take baby steps. And what I'm talking about is you getting a group of business owners, which are tons of groups. You can go to things like meetup.com, the YMCA, the Chamber of Commerce. Are you guys familiar with the BNI groups? I'm sure you guys are. I know David's probably heard of them, so everybody knows. Okay, good. The local,
I actually used to be in a BNI a couple of years ago.
So this is what I do for the BNI groups, and you can do this for all the other ones. I call it doing a business shower, and I'll approach these places that have all these businesses that congregate, whether it's one of these meetup places and there's a ton of them. Go on Facebook and then network with some of these places that are in your area. Now, you approach them, just send them a nice message, hey, man, I love your Facebook page. That is cool. Get a little engagement, you know what I mean? Go in there, start talking to them, okay, Adam? And then, or any of you guys for that matter. And then start that engagement. It's all about relationships. So start building these relationships with these people. They're going to want to invite you in there. And then take some of everything that I've been teaching you guys, and Aaron and anybody else you've learned this from, because I know David, I've seen him. He's in a bunch of groups that I'm in, and I've seen Adam and, you guys posting, and I've seen you guys all over with some other good social media guys. And, everything you're learning from them, you're learning from me, so you guys have enough knowledge. You guys have enough knowledge, not that you should. I know you do. Each and every one of you guys, you have enough knowledge to go in here, and you're on a level up here, and most of these businesses are still way down here. They don't know all of this information that you guys have, like insider secrets now. You go in there, you put together a simple little training program. So you're going to go in here and for any of these groups, and you're going to put stuff together. And if you guys land one, you need some extra help, look, I told you guys, I'll help you. That's just who I am. I'm a giver. I like helping. It's good and bad sometimes, I guess. My wife is like, you are a giver. You just like helping people and giving, and she loves me to death for that. So, and it comes back in other ways, and she tells me all the time, and I'm cool with that. So, but you approach these people, you let them know, say, hey, can I come in and give you guys a free training on the local businesses in our community. This is what I do. I want to give back. I want to help. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to teach them. This is what I do. I know digital marketing, and I know these local mom and pop businesses like Jake. He's got a repair shop over here. He doesn't know crap about the internet. He can barely boot his computer up. Okay, this guy over here, he does pavers. This guy does asphalt. This guy, find these laborers, they're blue collar guys. Guess what? They don't know this stuff. They go, where's the button for the damn computer? My email, I forget it. I'm going to send them a letter. They'll get out a damn pen and pad and start wanting to write a letter. You got a stamp? Yeah, I get a stamp. You know it's going to be a week before they get that, right? I mean, they do, right? You know?
Right.
So they're right. I mean, it's perfect.
Okay.
And here's the thing. So, you know, people are like, yeah, but you're giving away all your secrets and you're telling everybody. Good. Because guess what? They don't know how to do it. Like I just said, he can barely turn his damn computer on, okay? Sorry. But, you know, they don't want to do none of this. They don't want to learn. It's like, you want to learn, let's see, this is all you got to learn, Mr. Business Owner. You need to know how to build a website. You need to know how to build a funnel. You need to know how to build a bot. You need to know how to do your social media. Then your social media posting. Then your SEO and your PPC and your Facebook ads. You need to know your click-through rates. You need to know your Google Analytics, your email marketing, directories. You need to be able to do audit. He's going to look at you like, are you nuts? I fix cars and change oil and brakes. I don't know how much you want to do it. So at the end of the meeting, when you go through and you tell them, just like I went through, you guys, look, if we do a website, I could get your SEO in there, and then we could put you on some directories. Then we're going to build you a bot, okay? And then we're going to do a funnel with the lead generation. We're going to put an offer in there. And then that offer is going to go into our CRM. And then we're going to build up this whole email list. And we're going to make contacts. So we're going to build engagement. And then you're telling them everything you're going to do. Tell them. You want them to know this is how it works. And it works very well. It's powerful. And then at the end of the meeting, guess what? Everybody and the brother comes up there like, hey, can I get your business card? Have a stack of them. Yes, sir. Here's one for you. Have a stack of them. I mean, you know, buy you a stack.
I love it.
I get mine from Vistaprint too. It cost me $20. I got 2 stacks of them here. They're waiting. See, Vistaprint advertising right there. Yes, I get it from them. I take me 2 boxes in there. That one box gets low, I order another one. That's just boom, 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 boom. So these things work.
Love it.
And so many people don't do that. And that's one thing I really haven't had too many people talk about out there. As far as getting lead and client acquisition, that one's real strong.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm so glad you said that because it reminds me back in the days actually when I was doing solar, because we would do these solar seminars or solar parties. It's exactly the same thing. You'd get into a room, there's 10 people, and yeah, we do a quick little presentation, 5, 10, 15 minutes. I love doing that. You know what I mean? And exactly. Then
I knew it.
Afterwards.
When you told me that last night, we sat on here last night for another 20, 30 minutes. He's perfect.
Chills, man.
And any of you guys could do this, but I know Adam's already had experience with talking to people and being in front of them. So I thought that was something perfect for him. Me, I nail it. Every time I do it, I mean, I get a stack of business cards and everybody, they just flood you. You know, I'm in a big city, but they come up to you like, hey, George, I need some help. I need to say, yeah, here you go.
Right.
Call me. Yeah, call me. Yeah, what you need?
Guys.
Call me. It's just money.
Hop in
Nice.
the car.
I love it.
Go
What's
to like
that?
5 of them. Hop in the car and go to 5 of the local BNIs.
There you go.
And what do you got? Like 20 new prospects at least? Like probably more.
You'll have more
Adam,
than you can do.
You got this, dude. Go crush it.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited, man. No, you're exactly right, and that's it too. Just like you said, man. And you're going to be like, hey, this is going to be. I don't want to have to mess with it. I just want you to do it. Or they're going to just.
Oh, nice.
That's always what happens too. When you give value like that, it always comes back to you. Just like he said, man. Just like George is doing all this stuff, it's coming back, and I'm so thankful for this, man. So
He's got a Corvette.
awesome, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is great.
Sounds like you got a Corvette. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Those are the little things,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's for me, it's all about the journey and being able to give back and stuff. It really is cool, and like I said, people look at that as like, oh, you're giving all your secrets away. No, you're not. These people ain't gonna want to do that. They're not gonna want to mess with that. So you got, and just the fact that you're giving, again, it comes back to energy And I think when you put that positive energy out there, guess what? And everybody's shaking their head. Yeah, it comes back to you. I don't care what you do. It's going to come back to you. You're positive. You think positive. You do good things. Guess what? The universe says, hey, it's going to keep that balance. It's only going to bring back good things, period. That's all that happens. I mean, you're going to have your rough spots, but you guys get the basic big picture. On the macro, my life, I got an incredible life. I love my life. You know what I mean? And I still get to, you know, like my buddy. You know, my heart's hurting because he's hurting today. But, you know, on the macro level, everything else in my life is falling into place the way I want. A lot mindset. Again, I'm gonna keep preaching that. I'm gonna keep getting you guys mindset up there, keep getting that positivity, and then preaching that just like Tony Robbins. I might come in here and really wake you guys up like he does. I don't know if you ever seen him, but the most incredible. If you ever get to go to one of his shows, and they're expensive, but we're gonna get you guys to where that don't matter. If you go,
wasn't James just at one in Chicago not too long ago?
I don't know. Yeah, James was. Well, yep, he was. Tony Robbins, I think Gary Vee was there. I don't think Cardone was there, but Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, and I don't know if it's Kiyosaki or somebody, but I think somebody else is there. You know, the big guys. But Tony Robbins comes out there, and I wish James was in here, but he comes out there.
I know.
He gets everybody jumping up and down, and I mean, this dude is giant. He's like a freaking giant. I mean, I'm like 6'2", 220. And when I got to look up to somebody, I'm like,
oh, wow.
That's a big dude. This is a big dude. And I mean, I got some mitts on me. I don't know if it comes across in here, but I got some big fat mitts. You know, my feet are 13, and you know, and my wife is like, you got some big, you know, I got a big monster head up here. But this dude is big, and when I say he's big, he's a big dude. So, but yeah, it's all good energy. So, anyways, look, you guys have a great night. It's 10 o'clock.
Awesome.
I'm getting beat, so I'm gonna shut everything down. I'm gonna go in here and kiss on my wife and kind of back and whatnot. So you guys go be with your family and your loved ones. Get you some rest.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You guys need anything? Shane, I'll talk to you tomorrow a little bit.
Okay.
Any of the rest of you guys need me? Look, my phone's always on. I'm always on the messenger. Y'all hit me up. I try to see it throughout the day. Like I said, I'm making all my stuff where I'm going to be more and more available over the next couple weeks. I'm transitioning all my stuff to the digital and doing just what you guys, and I'm just going to keep trying to shred it and come with more and more techniques and tactics that I'm using to scale. And then I just want to keep seeing you guys grow. So, all right.
Awesome.
Thanks for everything.
Hey, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Good night.
Have a good night.
My pleasure. You guys, y'all have a good night. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'll do this. And for anybody else, well, they can't hear me, so that wouldn't make any sense. But I was going to say, I'm going to do this and I'll upload it. So they'll see it later, but whatever. So, yeah. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later.
All right, bye.
Okay.